Before we have a look at the different fund structures available in the Australian market, it's very important that you understand the concept of a fund's net asset value. In previous topics, I've mentioned that when you have a group of investors that contribute money into a fund, this aggregates to form the fund's total assets. So let's say XYZ Fund has $10 million in total fund assets invested in a share portfolio. And now let's say that in the following year, the value of those assets has risen to $15 million. The fund manager will then calculate all of the fees that they charge to investors, which we'll say is 1% for the year. And if we do the maths, 1% of the original $10 million is $100,000. If we now take the current value of total assets and subtract the fees, we're now left with the number $14.9 million. So this figure is the new net asset value. Why is this important to know? Well, when you invest in a fund, it's not always as simple as just giving money to the fund manager. For most funds, you'll actually end up having to buy units or shares to contribute money to the fund. And ultimately, the price which you pay for a unit or a share is determined by what the current net asset value is. So coming back to the previous example, we said the net asset value was $14.9 million. Let's now say that there are 1 million units available in the fund. What we can do now is calculate the price of each unit. To do this, we divide the net asset value by the number of units available. And after doing so, we find that the unit price or net asset value price is $14.90 per unit. And this price can go up or down depending on how the fund performs. It's important to note that funds can also release what's called a distribution to investors, often on a quarterly or annual basis. This is similar to receiving a dividend when owning shares, so it's just a cash flow that the investor earns from the fund. After a distribution, this can also result in an adjustment to the net asset value. Hopefully this clearly explains what the net asset value is, and in the next topic we can look at how this fits into fund structures.